All the way from Providence, Rhode Island, welcome to Outlander Cast. It's a podcast dedicated to the show Outlander on STARZ. Sing me a song, the last that is gone, sing that last the eye. Mary of soon she sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Mary Larson.
My name is Blake, and Mary, this is, I think, the most ever amount of feedback we've ever received.
Oh, my goodness.
I think this is it.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I'm very happy. I kind of had to be picky and choosy with the things, and
Just because there was so many?
there's just so much. I couldn't keep up with the emails. I couldn't keep up with the Facebook. It was crazy, and I love that. I love that all of you feel so passionately that you need to engage with us in that.
It's what we want.
So, having said that, if you send something that is not on the show, please do not take it as a personal slight. It's just that we had a lot. And also, Mary and I will probably go through these a little bit quicker than we normally do because of how much we have. So if we don't respond to everything you say, again, it's not a personal slight. I'm just trying to give everybody as much space as we possibly can within a reasonable time frame of a listening time frame for all of us. So that is that. Of course, go to maryandblake.com to check out all of the great articles and all the explainers that we have there, as well as the history of the battle at King's Mountain, a kind of a primer for what's to come. And jointhenerdclan.com as well. Mary, tell us why people want to go to jointhenerdclan.com.
Well, first and foremost, you get some fun perks. You get early access. You get access to Patreon-only material as well, like Blake's Book Club. But also, it's just a little way for you to show appreciation for this mom and pop podcast shop. We are not sponsored by any major conglomerates or anything like that. It is like PBS, listener supported by listeners like you. Mm-hmm. So if we bring you joy, if you enjoy this banter, if you've enjoyed any of the podcasts that Blake and I have made, think about becoming a member at jointhenerdclan.com. This truly helps keep the lights on, helps make sure that we can keep on producing podcasts for you all over the world. And we appreciate those of you who are already members.
Any opening takes, Mary, before we...
No, I'm so excited to hear other people's feedback.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's release the hounds. If I can find the... There it is. Let's release the hounds.
All right, all right, all right.
All right, so we're going to go with jointhenerdclan.com, and I'm thinking, Mary, too, that what we'll do is we'll read a few and then listen to a few. Fair enough?
Sounds great.
All right, cool. So this one comes from jointhenerdclan.com. It says, I just watched this episode tonight and literally gasped when Fergus fell. Why? Why did they do this? They cowarded enough. Oh, they cowarded it? They cowarded? Cowarded? Is that how you...
I didn't even know that coward could become a verb, but I guess so.
They cowarded and I think she means coward, like they cowered enough. I don't know. Not to let a child die. That's how you would
spell it, coward.
No. It would.
That's cowarded.
Yeah, that's cowarded. Right. Enough to not let a child die. So there had to be somebody dying. Not necessary at all, if you ask me. I cried a lot, hysterically, but it still pisses me off that they decided to do this. Also, with the Faith story, unnecessary and totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Also, if the sisters grew up in Paris, how come they are not French? No, the Faith line is one that they should have stayed away from.
So the sisters didn't grow up in Paris. Faith did. But remember
Yes.
how she was saying like, oh, we would go back and visit her, but we
Yes.
would just visit.
Yes.
So I could see that being a reason why they don't have a French accent. And yep, agree.
All right. Why don't you read the one from Dara, please?
Dara said, I give this episode 4.1 kilts. My good was their portrayal of grief, how everyone reacts to it differently. I love the dialogue-free scene where Brianna, Roger, Marsali, and the kids return to the ridge and Jamie and Claire learn of Fergus's death. I will say, Dara, that there was a Claire voiceover for that part, though. So even though they weren't speaking, Claire was doing a voiceover.
Of course, there was a Claire voiceover.
She said how Brie and Marsali, two women whom I'd never felt were emotionally close or sisterly, came together with Marsali weeping on Brie's lap. Sophie Skelton having exponentially more chemistry with Lord Lyle than Rick Rankin. Not going to argue that. My bad was how it felt like they were dumping Fergus storylines into our lap as if we needed to be reminded that we care about him. We're already fond of him. The scenes with Fergus and his kids and Marsali, however lovely, felt forced as though they needed to fill a quota of screen time in order for the viewer to feel gutted when he died. This wasn't necessarily because of my great. My great is Jamie's flashbacks of Fergus while he's building a casket. We see young Fergus and watch him grow into beautiful little snippets. It was heart-wrenching and perfect. We didn't need those jammed-in scenes of Fergus and Marsali because they would give us these marvelous flashback scenes at the end.
Yeah.
I personally liked them. I also wouldn't have had a problem if these were sprinkled in throughout the season. Like,
Yeah.
a little bit more, but I didn't have a problem with it.
Did Faith overwhelm the rest of the story? Like, you left with the taste of Faith in your mouth a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And it kind of like upended everything else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I still really liked the episode.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's get to the voicemails.
I hated episode 7.
Oh,
Hey, Miriam Blake.
Spoiler
this
alert.
is Angie,
Hey,
actually
Angie.
in Seattle this time because I'm at
Ooh.
home visiting some family
Yay.
and friends.
Not from Georgia.
I just finished the episode, so it's 10 o'clock here, and I hated it. I hated episode 7. I'm giving it a 4. I mean, the acting was great,
Hey,
but
push pause.
besides that, I hate that the
wait, if you hated it.
Yeah, but she still gave it a 4. See what I mean? See
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I get it. I think that is
If
just
someone
a
hates
little.
it, I would think they'd score it like you.
Yeah.
But let's see, because maybe Angie liked other parts of it.
All right, let's see.
they killed off Fergus. I hate that I didn't even cry because of the face stuff. Like clouding the death of one of my favorite characters.
Yep.
The face stuff massively sucks. It doesn't make any sense. It is such a slap in the face to people who've lost babies. Yeah, I hate it so much. And like, yeah, anyway, I don't really have much to say about, I don't have a good, it's just was clouded by the face stuff and how much I hate it. So yeah, I decided to call right after the episode. Because,
A raw reaction.
yeah, I just don't want to rewatch it again like I normally do before I call you guys.
Oh,
All righty. Talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.
I love how she's just at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I just
I'm not
hated
gonna
it
rewatch
so
it.
much.
Yes. Oh, no,
I don't even know what to
Angie.
say. Let's get the next one.
Oh man, what are we doing? I mean, hi, Miriam Blake. It's
Hi.
Andrea from Portland, Oregon.
Hi,
calling in for
Andrea.
Outlander episode 7. If the Faith storyline wasn't in it, I would give this episode a 4.7 kills.
Same.
But
yes.
because of how they tried to explain it, I have to give the Faith part a 0 kills. So I guess my average for the episode is 2.35.
Whoa.
There you
There's
go.
just too many loopholes. You're telling me Master Raymond never sent a letter to Broch Turok saying, hey, your baby is here actually. And ew, this means William indeed fell in love with his half-niece. He can't catch a break. And why couldn't Master Raymond leave the baby with Mother Hildegard? He was in such a rush to leave, but had enough time to kidnap a baby and learn the lyrics to a song. Maybe it was because of his blue magic. Okay, I'll let it pass. Faith survived. But the grandmother, North Faith, never felt the need to send a letter to Broch Turok. I'm just glad Fanny in that first scene was in a way a representation of my reaction, asking, how would a baby know a song? And then running away emotionally unwell and angry. That whole reveal completely deterred from Fergus dying because with that insane writing, I was expecting him to magically appear with a misunderstanding. Honestly, I still am. Oh gosh, but my good would be the intro scene aside from Jamie saying, including me. And my great was Sophie Skelson's acting while holding Marsali and watching your kids. I also loved her coat at the market.
Yes.
Cheers. Thanks for all you do. Bye.
Was a great coat.
And the thing I'd say too is even beyond the loopholes and even beyond like the thing, like the giant cat
your brain's broken. Blake.
It is broken. Cavernous plot holes, right? That come out of this. Just thematically, it just ruins everything. Like, not only does it ruin season 2, but it also ruins like what Claire and Jamie had to go through and what their life has been. Like, these things happen, and that is life, and we keep moving forward. We go on. But now it's just become this thing where it's like, well, if you just wait enough, guess what? If we wait long enough, you get to have everything you want anyway. Like,
I mean, now they lost Fergus.
Yeah, but still. Ugh. All right, next one.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Destiny from
Hi, Destiny.
Ohio. I'm a longtime listener, first-time caller.
Yay, hold on, push pause.
Yep, hold on. Sorry, my fault. Yay. I was too busy drinking my Diet Coke. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Kilt rating for this episode is a 3.5. I am a show watcher only. I have not read the books. I will read the books after the show is over.
Good job, Destiny.
My good for this episode is Lauren Lyle's acting when she is talking about losing Fergus and how she is supposed to keep going without him. It was beautifully done. My bad for this episode was the fact that Faith did actually live, because as someone who has had friends who have lost children, it is just a slap in the face to the people who have actually experienced that, and it breaks my heart. The great for this episode is the montage at the end when everybody comes back to the ridge. The acting between Lauren Lyle again and Sam Heeman when she hugs him is just beautiful, and I love the way it was shot. My theory for this episode is that Marsali is actually pregnant, because we've never seen Fergus and Marsali like actually together, but we got that in this episode. So I think she's actually pregnant, and she will end up claiming the land that belonged to Fergus for her children to be able to take care of them. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate you. Bye.
Well, you're welcome, Destiny. I'm glad that we were able to provide such entertainment for you. Yeah, I think she's pregnant too. I think that's a guarantee. This one comes from Kimberly at jointhenerdclan.com. She is responding to my knee-jerk reaction that I wrote that instantly after I watched that episode. She said, excellent commentary, Blake. This is why we come to Outlander Cast. You help put into words our feeling that something doesn't add up. You dig deeper into the production and story to round out and enhance our Outlander experience. I believe the problem is, 1, they tried to make a Faith plotline that was not necessary and cheapened the original Faith Claire moment, and 2, they were robbed of the opportunity to let the show breathe by executives who allowed an epic book series to have only 10 episodes in the final season.
Agreed.
Shame. Yeah, I mean, budget is budget, man.
I mean, budget's budget, but like, there's also cheapskates being cheapskates.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me wonder if they at STARZ have Outlander fatigue.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you read the next one, darling?
Deidre writes in, totally agree with your... Nope.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, would totally agree with your summary, Blake. However, what amuses me about my own reaction is that I actually enjoyed the moments with Claire, Jamie, and Fanny. I hated the whole Faith plot twist at the end of last season and still don't think we needed new material. On another note, it was good how Lauren Lyle cried like a baby when Marsali arrived at the ridge straight into Jamie's arms. Here's my new outlandish prediction.
Nope. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Here we go.
William comes back to the ridge and may not save Jamie. I think that's a blue light special, but be nice if he does. If Jamie dies, William takes over running Fraser's Ridge, or Ian dies and William marries Rachel. Deidre. This is like super ancestral.
I know, right? Wow. This is definitely
dark.
Legends
Deidre,
of the
she's
Fall.
like, they all die. And then finally William gets Rachel.
I know. I do want to point out, Mary, when we were referencing Legends of the Fall recently, we call it A River Runs Through It.
Yeah.
And obviously, those are two very different movies, though we were referring to Tristan and the brother relationships with Tristan's wife. And
what if William dies and pretends he's Jamie?
No way.
And that's why they think James Fraser died.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it...
Because he now suddenly has red hair and he's big.
And he's big.
And maybe he fully takes on the Fraser name and is like, where's the little name patch? What's your name? Fraser. And then he's dead.
Well, you can't tell him their name.
I don't know. He wears a name
dead.
patch like the Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. Egon.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. I
don't know.
I think Jamie does die. I do. I really do think he dies. But Claire comes in blue, again, the blue light special.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Yeah, that's what I think. All right, let's do the other voicemails. Here we go.
Hey, Mary and Blake. It's Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn.
Talking about 807. Yikes.
I love everybody's tone. It's defeated. It's like, hey, Mary and Blake.
Yeah.
It's Carolyn.
It's me, and I'm
We're talking about 807.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
That's what it feels like.
The Faith storyline, we just had to wrap up in a bow, and I just don't think it was needed. The Fire and Fergus being a book reader, I think they really cheapened it. I just don't know where they're going, and we only have 3 episodes left, and I really feel like we're being cheated. There's so much they could do. I know this is a really meaty book, and it's hard to get everything in, but I can't imagine how they're going to wrap this up satisfactorily in the next 3 episodes. I will continue. I love this show, but I'm really getting disheartened, and I didn't want to be in this last season. So can't wait to hear your reactions. I did a lot of, what? Are you kidding me? Where are we going? What are we doing? I felt like Blake when I was watching this. I think they just shoved a lot of stuff here to move it along. And that whole thing with Lord John and Percy and William walking in, are you serious? Anyway, can't wait to hear your feedback. Thanks.
Carolyn, you got to say it like me. What are we doing, dude? What are we doing here? Mary, I was actually thinking about this as Carolyn was speaking. Would it have been better if they just said, screw it, we're not doing book 9. We're doing whatever the hell we feel like?
I think they kind of are.
No, but they're doing half measures. It's like, we're kind of doing book 9, but we're kind of doing our own thing.
I mean, they probably couldn't do a good enough job on their own.
That's a good point.
Because obviously they're going astray.
Matt Roberts at the helm. They ain't going to do it right.
Yeah, because the stuff that they're doing that's different isn't good. The good stuff is Diana.
Yeah.
So how about they not have done this, but, it is what it is.
All right, let's do the next one.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Glow from Salem.
Hello.
I don't have any GBGs this week.
Aww.
And if I go over, I really hope you let me finish on another one.
Your cousin
this is
from
so long.
Boston.
I have no idea how many kills to give this, so I'm just going to give it 1,000 tears. Those notes from the writer of the story about Jane. So that's how Ron Moore is going to justify Faith being alive?
That's
I'm
not
sorry,
Ron Moore.
But he has no idea what the author of these wonderful books really wanted.
Sorry, Glow. It's not Ron Moore.
That's Matt.
That's Matt. Good old Matt Roberts. That
Matty boy.
That pig.
Oh my God, Blake. That's not a nice thing
He
to
smells.
say.
He smells.
No, he doesn't. You've never smelled him.
I don't care. He smells.
No, he doesn't. He probably smells.
Filthy.
He's probably very clean.
I doubt it.
He's probably very clean. He's just misguided.
Stiff.
Smells. Oh my God.
So angry. It seems like he just wanted to sensationalize the whole story to fit his own narrative. It's wrong. And Master Raymond, oh my God, he would never do that to Claire. And neither would... Oh my God. I'm so angry.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so angry.
And then we get the song connection. It's still not right. I'm glad they didn't kill off sweet Henri Christian, but Fergus? Really? Oh my God. Brie comforting her sister with 4 kids in the bed. So many tears. The whole scene. Marsali assuming the fetal position. It hurt so much. And I cried so much. Sobbed. I got a freaking headache.
Oh.
Fergus deserved a lot more than that little montage, let me tell you. And it didn't make any sense. I feel like it was a big FU to Diana and the book readers. And lastly, William. Finding out about his dad? No freaking way. Lord John and Percy would have been a lot more discreet than that.
So I know we got rules, but it's Glow. She's my cousin from Boston. So I'm letting this one slide.
Hey guys, it's Glow again. So I was saying that Lord John and Percy would have been a lot more discreet than that. I'm sure they were in their past relationship. No way would they be making out in the middle of the living room for anyone to see.
Agreed.
It's crazy. That would not have happened. And then he calls his father a sodomite?
No.
What the fuck? That made me so angry. That's it. That's all I gotta say. It's not all I gotta say about it, but I could go on and just. Oh, okay. I hope you guys liked it better than me. I doubt it.
Nope.
All right. I'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Glow.
Thanks.
She's. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so angry. That was awesome. Oh, that was great. Oh man. All right. Let's do one more of the
Voicemails.
Thank you.
Hello, Mary and Blake. It's Jenny from the Broch.
Hi, Jenny.
I'm phoning about episode 7 of Outlander. I'm actually listening to your recap of episode 6, and I'm so glad that you agree with me on the Brie and Roger chemistry or lack of chemistry.
Yeah, none.
Yeah. I can't talk about that pair. But what I'm phoning about is the sheer contrast to that chemistry in Fergus and Marsali. Fergus and Marsali are just like, love that pair together. Their scene, their like sexy scene in comparison to Roger and Brie, oh my goodness, so much better.
Yep.
So much more believable. I can see those two. Like, I can see how they made all those kids.
Yeah.
And then in true Outlander style, they had to go and ruin it by killing Fergus. Fergus is dead. So I'm not feeling great about that, to be honest, guys.
Nope.
Really could have done without him dying.
Same.
And I also had to suspend my disbelief that Master Raymond could have taught that French granny that song and her to remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many times do you think he had to sing it with her? No, I'm not believing that one. That one's just too convenient. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Jenny. So, in the words of Kirsten, here's what I'm going to say.
Just no. Just no. We're not idiots. Just no.
I'm so glad I clipped that. All right, why don't you read, my love, the next one from Mo.
Maureen Mo Edwards writes in, even if they swapped Claire's live child for another that had passed, why? I don't even want to know why, though, because I don't want to waste one more minute on this stupid storyline. It completely takes away from Jamie and Claire's child loss experience and cheapens the way they loved Fanny without being related. And then the way they shoehorned in how the song was passed along through so many people. If they really wanted to do all this faith-lived nonsense, there's no reason the song had to be part of it. Completely unnecessary nonsense. Incredible series that really got that really shit the bed right at the end. Wow.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And like I said in our earlier episode, it just feels like the show is just treating us like a bunch of assholes. Really. Like, it just feels like they're okay, and they think that we're just gonna go along to get along because we're Outlander fans. It's almost insulting that when it gives you something that stupid, and you're like, it's like written in red crayon, like that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
All right. This one comes from Annie. She says, well, the showrunners got what they wanted, to create an uproar among the Outlander fandom. And this is not in a good way. The Faith storyline explanation is ridiculous, even to those of us who have started out as strictly show watchers. This completely belittles the pain and grief Claire and Jamie have lived with all this time. This is not closure or full circle. It's just for the shock factor. And what does it accomplish? Nothing. Just like Fergus was not Jamie's son by blood, he was still family. They could have done the same thing with Fanny, regardless. I'm so heartbroken at the Fergus story. I actually sobbed during that montage. Then William walks in on LJG. My favorite part of that scene is John's frustration at William, having no clue of everything that has been done to protect his life, and William taking it all as for granted. As others have expressed, Lauren Lyle's gut-wrenching reactions were simply stellar. Even Brie and Roger's shared moment of her telling him she's pregnant felt real, in the sense that joyful news can sometimes be tampered by grief. My GBGs are somewhere buried in this testament of a post. I've been dreading that Outlander's ending would be ruined, much like the Game of Thrones last season. This is feeling way too familiar. Boy, am I going to miss you guys when this series ends. Is this, Mary, as, I don't want to say as bad, is it comparable to what Game of Thrones did?
Not yet, but it has the possibility to.
Yeah.
There's still so much more outside of Faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like Game of Thrones came down to this, the storyline of the one who was chosen and all these kind of things.
Yep.
Like everything was put on that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as there's other things going on and that Faith isn't everything, I don't think it's as bad. But there's still time. There's still time.
All right, let's get to the next voicemail.
Hey, Mary and Blake, Becca from Pittsburgh,
Hey,
here to
Becca.
comment on episode 7, which I think should be retitled to Evidence of Things That Took the Scenic Route, just because of the many changes that were made from the books. Some of it worked. One in particular really did not work. The good was William walking in on Lord John and Percy. That was amazing. Well, not for William. Terrible day for him, but great for us. It's almost humorous how often he's let down just trying to find himself. The bad is the Faith explanation. This has been building up since the end of season 7, and this is the payoff? Jane waiting until she's facing death to speak up, and Jamie and Claire suddenly remembering a shop from 30 years ago and the baby crying? Okay. But here's the even bigger issue, is that back in season 2, we saw Claire holding her dead baby for hours. So when did Master Raymond have time to take the baby? Unless we're doing a full baby switch. But we don't even have time for that. But my grade is Fergus. His journey to accepting Henri Christian, to believing in him, and then ultimately saving him felt complete and earned. Marsali and Brianna, incredible. And that montage, beautiful, bittersweet, a perfect goodbye.
Yeah, I totally agree, Becca. I think you hit it on the head there. Although, good hot take about liking the Lord John stuff. I don't think a lot of people have said that. Like that she liked the
kiss,
the kiss, and the reveal with William. So yeah, good take there.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Sarah from Seattle.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I am a longtime listener, but this is my first time calling in.
All right.
So my good was the cheesy flashbacks of Fergus after he died. Well, I like a lot of cheese, and I love Fergus and was super sad about all of that. So I thought that was a nice way to kind of look back at his character. My little bad is why did they do that? Why did they decide to kill him off? Um, Big bad is the validation of the whole Faith storyline. I'm not a book reader. I haven't read up to this book. I've read the first few, but I just like what is happening? Like it really feels kind of like somehow Palpatine returned.
Love it.
Oh, man. For those of you who are not Star Wars nerds, you don't get it, but it is worth this. It just continues. The exasperation from people. You can just hear it in their voice.
Yep.
I don't know. What happened? I love this. It's like misery porn. I love the misery porn. Oh, it's good stuff.
It's wild. The whole thing is wild. So that's my big bad. My great was, oh my gosh, Lauren. Her performance as Marsali, oh my gosh, brought me to tears. I was crying the entire rest of the episode after Fergus died. Like, wow, she's amazing. Thank you guys so much for all you do again. Love you. Love all your podcasts. And thanks for spreading joy. Bye.
Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate that. That was somehow Palpatine returned.
Love it.
Okay. Let's read this one. Tammy says, Blake, it is rare that we see eye to eye on everything, but this time we match entirely. You just put up your analysis before I hit the keyboard. I felt this whole episode should have been called Bait and Switch for misleading and manipulating us. For me, that lowers the killed rating to 3.5, and that is super low for me. Like another commenter, I feel betrayed by Toni Graphia, who should have known the fandom just as well as Meryl and Matt, that she would participate in this entire fable that the Faith storyline became, invented whole cloth just to satisfy whichever idiot it was that green-lighted this story arc. What a useless waste of story time. And for what? Just to make Fanny be able to call Jamie Granda? Blake and everyone else are expressing their disgust and saying what I feel, so I will leave it at that. We book readers were misled by the extra attention given to Fergus interacting with his sons, thinking the story would go as we thought it would. Instead, we were shocked by Roger bravely catching Henri Christian, and the story's been changed for the good, plus more children falling and being caught. To OMFG Fergus. I will say that the montage of Fergus was so sweet, especially coming from Jamie's memories. The show at least honored Fergus as the wonderful, important character that he was. And I can't help but wonder if the storyline was included to get Marsali and family back into the Ridge just in time for her to help Claire with all the casualties from the coming battle. Remember, Marsali was training with Claire as a medical assistant before Malva came along. Why else did they need to make such a big change to the book unless it was just to continue their bait and switch theme for this episode? And if all that wasn't enough, just when we thought William was starting to feel, if not comfortable with who he is, at least not as much of a spoiled baby about it, now he jumps right back into the mindset by discovering Lord John's secret. More bait and switch. What's the purpose of pushing William back into anger and resentment? I loved Lord John's response to him saying that he's tired of the ingratitude, and so am I. Dude, you are a rich earl, for goodness sake. Stop acting like the world has wronged you so badly. With all that said, I still love the show, even though I'm disappointed in the direction it took. The small moments always make Outlander better. Fergus instructing his boys in printmaking, Brie comforting Marsali while they both sob in their grief, Brie telling Roger that she's pregnant, even though their shock won't let them celebrate the news, and even Fanny going out of her way to ease Jamie's pain with the cairn. These moments are truly human and allow us to care for these people. And with only 3 episodes left, I'm hoping that the viewers can be left with better feelings for the final act of Outlander, as the story and us fans deserve it. Totally agree.
Oh my God, look at us.
Bam! Just like that. A winner!
On all of it. Not just because you agree with me, Tammy, but because what you said, I think it's fair. And I think it's a fair criticism. I think that it hits the nail right on the head in terms of I'm not sure if I would use bait and switch, but it does feel tricky. It feels fishy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not, but I agree. I agree with everything you said. All right, how about you read the one from Chris, my darling?
Chris writes in, thanks for putting my blind rage into words, Blake. I was shocked that Toni Graphia, who wrote the masterpiece episode that is Faith, would erase all that pain and gravity with this utter nonsense. Killing Fergus, a beloved legacy character, for funsies made me more angry than sad. They've dropped the ball and gone water skiing with Fonzie at the worst possible time. My good was Frank, my bad almost everything else, including the pylon of William catching John smooching Percy. Lord John Grey would never be this careless in a house where other people lived and in a time where being gay could get him pilloried. Sorry.
It's okay. I got you.
Great. Lauren Lyle. Wow. The emotional power of her grief destroyed me. Possibly the worst episode of Outlander has produced 1.5 out of 5.
All right, Chris. I like it. Agreeing that it's probably the worst episode that they have produced. And
I disagree.
Well, what episode's worse?
I don't know.
Like just off.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I get it. I get it. I understand. All right, here we go.
Hey, Mary and Blake. This is Cecilia from Arkansas.
Hey, Cecilia.
I am amazed, but anyway, it's just crazy. I wish they had skipped over the fire instead of changing it. I am a book reader, so I was completely shocked. And I was happy when Henri Christian did not pass away, but that was just not necessary. I wish they'd just skipped over the whole thing. This episode has been so crazy because they just don't have time enough to do it justice. And I just want to know from Gabaldon, does she have anything in the upcoming book that explains more about Faith? Because I think Faith passed away in a stillbirth, and that was just terribly sad, but it's over that part. And so I am just not buying this Faith story at all. It was interesting to see what they came up with, but that is just weird. And I want to know what.
Sounds like she got cut off there. Cecilia, to my knowledge, Diana has said that in her books, Faith did not live. Which is fine. I think, if that's the choice that she makes, then that's great for her. And I also think if the choice that the show makes is that Faith lives, also fine. Okay, great. Make it make sense. Give me something other than blue light and I taught a French lady a song in English.
Yep.
All right.
Steve McNamara here.
Hey, Steve.
Oof. What an episode. Yeah. A lot of people don't seem to like it. I haven't gotten that far in the books. And, everyone's had a long documented, I won't say distaste, but odd feeling about this Faith storyline. And to throw in a total curveball with Fergus getting it instead of Honorary Christian and the Lord John thing with only so few episodes left, it just feels like a lot. It just feels like too much in a short time frame. I don't mind all three of these. I've come to accept the Faith thing. The other two things, Fergus dying, Lord John, there's just not enough time left. I'm a mess over this. Anyway, love you guys.
Oh.
Fergus dying.
Oh.
Lord John, there's just not enough time left. I'm a mess over this.
Steve, we all are. That was awesome.
That was so good.
You heard it in his voice too.
Every phone call, it's
awesome.
that.
It's so good. This is so good.
Next one.
All right, next one.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Erica from California
Hey,
with my episode 8 GBG.
Oh, nope. That can't be right. Hold on.
I'm giving it 4.5 kilts.
Episode
My
8.
good. The episode definitely kept me engaged the entire time. There were a lot of intense moments and I never felt bored. My bad. I'm really struggling with the changes since I'm a book reader. The Fergus situation feels huge and I don't know what the ripple effect is going to be. And the Faith storyline, while I do appreciate that they try to wrap up the story and give us some answers, I feel like it just created more questions. Like,
exactly.
Why would Master Raymond take the baby in the first place? Why not just give it to Mother Hildegard to watch over while Claire recovered? It just feels like we traded one question for another, and it's so late in the season. We're almost done. My great. Marsali's acting was top notch.
Agreed.
She had me in tears, and I was really, really feeling her loss. On a side note, I did send you guys an email last week. And Blake, when you asked Mary if she had any emails, she said no. So I don't know what happened.
Oh.
But I did send you guys an email this week for this episode. So just ignore it because now I'm scared to leave an email. So I'm back to leaving voicemails. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you for all you do. Bye.
Thank you, Erica. I will say that maybe it got put down in the queue or maybe it got deleted by accident. I'm not sure. Generally, we're pretty good about the emails. I did see this most recent one that you sent over, but now that you're telling me to skip it, I will. No problem. Mary, while I am a fan of mystery box storytelling, I think that is a very difficult style of story to tell. And if you don't get your explanation for the mystery box perfect, you're going to be in a big heap of mess. And even if you do get it perfect, you're still going to let people, and you're still going to leave people with more questions. Which is, and I hate to do this, which is why The Leftovers, how it ended, was so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gave you an answer, but then it gave you just enough of an other answer for you to say, well, what the hell? Like, what do I believe? Is that, in both instances, it was satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
That is proper mystery box storytelling. It's not the only way to do it, but that's a proper way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think the Outlander with Faith would be better off with that approach. If they just left it where it's like, I don't know. But like if they give you just enough on either side to say, maybe But like this show has never been a mystery box show. Right? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm lost.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
You're just going like way too deep, man.
Okay. All right. No
Talking
problem.
mystery boxes. I'm gone. I was looking at the dog.
How to tell when the hosts
I'm not even pretending.
aren't listening.
Talk about the leftovers and mystery boxes. I checked out.
All
Sorry.
right.
I was looking at the dog.
Hi, Mary and Blake. Sarah from Pennsylvania.
Hi, Sarah.
More recent binge listener, first time caller.
All right.
Loved your Last Kingdom series. Oh,
Thank
love
you.
Last Kingdom. So good. My feedback is for episode 7, but also a more general comment on the season. Oh, the season's doing so many shocking things, but it's taking away from more interesting things. So here's what I think is happening with all the Roger stuff and what they're making of it. So I think in season 7, he says that he can't be a minister because if they really changed history with the fire, then he doesn't trust God's plan anymore, or something like that. But then we learn that the date on the obituary was wrong. They didn't change history. So I think all the Roger stuff is proving that time travelers can't change history. It was always what was meant to happen, the back and forth. I think that was a Blake outlandish theory.
Yep.
So basically, Roger had to go to 1739 to save Daddy, so then Daddy could save him in 1941, etc., back and forth. And right before that awful scene with Brie, he says he realizes that he can't change time, and that's why he wants to be a minister. So that's huge. That has been the central question of 8 seasons. Time can't be changed. And they totally buried the lead, just to do shocking things. And I am waiting for William to go full Tiger King. He is never going to recover financially or emotionally from this.
Great call out there. That was A+ stuff. All right. This one comes from Andrea. She says, I'm not feeling the anger others are, but I'm baffled by the inclusion of the whole faith thing. Most unnecessary. I guess I'll wait until the end to judge, but it might be the worst choice they've ever made. A cascade of retroactive explanations. For what? The lace metaphors were overdone.
Agreed.
But I did think it was funny that after Claire did her first family is like lace speech, Fanny was like, okay, bye. No more of that, please. Yeah. Other than that, I was wrecked by the Fergus part and actually relieved that it wasn't Henri Christian. Marsali's silent scream cry while being held by Brie was a great scene. I cried so much. I haven't felt emotionally affected by this show in a while, so it was actually good to have an episode that stayed on my mind all day. We are going to have to say goodbye to these show characters very soon, one way or the other, so I'm okay with the endings, even if they are heartbreaking. I loved the Fergus and Marsali love scene, so real and joyful. What a contrast to Brie and Roger scene from the previous episode, LOL. Mary, is this an episode? Has this episode made you feel something more than what you have recently for this show?
Yeah, I cried.
Yeah.
I haven't cried.
And I kind of like, I feel like a lot of season 7.
I feel like it's forcing me to have to say goodbye. Like that was just reminding me that Outlander's coming to an end. There are these really beautiful moments. And you know what? Fergus was like, peace out. I don't even care about faith.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna go now.
I'm gonna leave before all of this mess just explodes.
I'm gonna leave the party early, man. This sucks.
Teresa says, hi, Mary and Blake. Enjoyed this episode at first because it made me feel things throughout the entire episode, starting with happiness seeing Fergus with his sons at the prime. I think she meant print shop, and later Fergus and Marsali as a couple. Then the start of the heartbreak with William and Lord John. I understand William is cracking even more with the new revelations, but I felt Lord John's pain more. He loves William more than anything in this world, and to be rejected by him just feels like the worst pain imaginable. Those were my greats, and the goods and my bad is the faith storyline took away screen time for me to grieve Fergus. If we're killing off a main character, which I feel they did for only shock value, And because this is the final season, that character deserved an entire episode dedicated to them. So after the episode was finished and an hour after I finally stopped crying and dried my tears, I got angry. If you're doing this Faith storyline, put it in a different episode. I loved that Jamie felt something is wrong. Let's see more of that. And seeing him and Claire grieve their first child. I kept waiting for us to see the reaction of Fergus's death and had to restrain myself and not jump forward and skip past Jamie and Claire's conversation with Fanny. Give Fergus that respect. Regarding the Faith storyline, people are saying there are plot holes and even scenes where with Jane in season 7 don't line up with what's been revealed. I haven't gone back to rewatch it, so I can't confirm, but I do remember thinking if we ever see the note in the paper she wrote for her sister Fanny, also back to the Fergus, his mother was a Beecham, which means he could have been related to Claire. Is that something we will never officially know now? If time traveling is hereditary, does that mean Fergus and his children could possibly be time travelers? I guess we don't know. 4.2 kilt rating. That acting in this season was phenomenal. Lauren Lyle's silent crying felt real to me, and I love that scene with her and Sophie Skelton. It's what brought my rating up. I don't know what Matt is doing, but he disrespected my favorite character and for that alone, you've put an ugly taste in my mouth for the rest of the season. A character since season 2 deserved better. P.S. Also, Brie is pregnant, but if that was supposed to be a moment of joy, I didn't feel it. And I still feel no chemistry between she and Roger. Never have and probably never will. Do you think Marsali is now pregnant, Mary and Blake?
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. One other thing too, Mary, I forgot to mention this in our main episode. When Jamie wakes up out of a deep slumber and is like, something's wrong. It's like, come on, dude.
No, that's Jamie's like sixth sense and stuff and his dreams and stuff.
I'm
okay with it.
I felt like it was like a poor man's Obi-Wan after Alderaan gets destroyed by the Death Star. And he's like, it was as if there was a big cry and suddenly millions of voices were silenced. I felt it through the Force. It's like a poor man's version of that.
No.
It felt cheesy.
We've had established things with Jamie in his sleep.
Fair enough. All right, let's read the next one from Britta, please, my darling.
Britta says, my first reaction to this episode was, what the fuck is this episode doing as the 7th episode? Totally misplaced in the season. My kilt rating is 2.5. And that is all due to the acting. Bless the cast, because they played the dramatics quite well. Maybe the writers wanted to bookend the series with a bad near to the end of season episode, because I think this episode is on par with The Search. Yes, I completely agree this episode would have been quite fine without the Faith story. Don't treat your audience as if they're stupid. My favorite TV writers cling to that motto. Stephen Moffat, Doctor Who, Sherlock, and Aaron Sorkin, The West Wing, can both get over their skis sometime, but they have never insulted the audience's intelligence. I'm glad a few people liked this episode.
Yeah, don't insult the audience, man, because if you do, then you lose them. And once you lose them, that's it. I don't care what you have to say or how you say it or how you try to make it work. It never works out.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Jessica. I'll let you take a guess at where I'm from.
I'm going to say North Carolina. No, Alabama. I'm going to go Alabama.
Pod.
How about you?
In that, like, if you took the United States and you divided it into quarters, I agree. Bottom right quarter.
Oh, okay.
For deliberation. I don't even know where to start with this episode. I pretty much cried for an hour straight. Oh, also, I'm a first-time caller.
Oh, nice.
Ding.
All right.
Like I said, I cried for an hour straight. I can't believe that they...
You like how she did it and then waited?
Yeah.
Good job, Jessica. She knows.
They went with the whole Faith thing that we all were waiting for, and they even explained everything to us, but it's still mind-boggling. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense why Master Raymond would keep Claire's baby as much as he loved her. even if he did think she might die, that just didn't make a lot of sense because she had a lot of she had pull. She was respected in the community. So it just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I'm switching. I'm going to Georgia.
And obviously I'm very upset about Fergus. He was one of my favorite characters. He was an alcoholic, so I can definitely relate. But also, I was wondering why you quit doing, Blake, the button for when you reference Lost. You didn't do the clip where he says, "We have to go back."
Oh, no, I've used that.
I just wanted to let you know that you missed that in last episode. I don't really have any great theories for what's going to happen.
That looks like she got cut off. First, Jessica, I understand. Maybe I did miss one. I appreciate, but I've used it recently, so just for you.
We have to go back, Kate.
There we go, okay? And because she's a first-time caller, even though she is a long-time listener, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. We're going to move on to the next one for her.
I know the rules. I know I'm not supposed to send 2 messages, but I thought I had 2 minutes and it cut me off at 1:30. I just wanted to let y'all know where I was from. Like I said, I don't have any great.
Okay. Take. What do you got?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Georgia.
Nice. I'm thinking. You said Arkansas before?
No, I said Alabama. I could go Mississippi. I could go there, but I'm going to stick Georgia.
Yeah, I'll do Mississippi.
All right.
I'll do Mississippi.
If you get Mississippi, I get like half credit.
Well, because I'm like feeling more inland than Georgia. Feeling a little bit more western.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Like I'm like Oklahoma.
Yeah, that Oklahoma could be.
Yeah.
Could be. All right, here we go.
Theories, except for I agree that Jamie's probably going to die and then they're going to bring him back. Everybody's going to live happily ever after. But I'll let you know now where I'm from. I'm from Mississippi. Tupelo, Mississippi, actually, where Elvis was born.
You
cool.
Gotta be
Very cool.
Kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Just like that. A winner.
I get half credit. I get half credit.
Yeah. You do.
All right, next one.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Jen calling from Boston.
Hi, Jen.
First-time
Hey,
caller,
Jen.
long-time listener.
All right. Oh, hold on. Wait. Here we go. And just out of ceremony for the sake of posterity.
Your cousin from Boston.
Awesome. Keep going, Jen.
I don't even know how to rate episode 7, so I'll just get right into it. I feel like the content with Fergus was really sad, but a little rushed. I thought Lauren Lyle's acting was incredible. That is what totally made me sob. And then again, when Jamie was reminiscing with his time with Fergus and his relationship, that was so sad. I just think we were kind of pulled out of it when Fanny came and got Jamie, and then we were brought back into the Faith storyline. And I think that all was just such a basic explanation of Faith. I was hoping for something weird and magical, like could have Julia been the lace maker, but it just wasn't. And then I think it just cheapened the emotional impact that the episode in season 2, Faith, had on all of us. So that was kind of upsetting. Lastly, Lord John, I don't know, it happened so fast and everything else had already gone on. It was a jump scare. So that's all. Thanks.
Jen, that was great.
That was perfect.
That was all right. Yeah, that's all.
Well done, Jen.
It was like she was waiting for it to get to stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. All right, let's get to the emails. This one comes from Julie. She says, "Hey, Mary and Blake, first-time writer, long-time multi-show listener. Love your podcasts, all of them, and I hope that this email makes it in time. I've broken my listener feedback down by character. These aren't even all my issues with the episode, but just the ones that stand out the most. Master Raymond. So many Master Raymond plot holes. When Master Raymond saw Claire at the King's Palace, he obviously had time to slip her the poison, but he couldn't say, 'See the woman at the lace shop? She has your daughter.'
Right?
Another Master Raymond plot hole. Jamie went to the lace maker's shop to buy the morning veil and heard the baby crying. A stupid and weak plot point to begin with. He was going by Lord Broch Turok. That last lace maker never put it together, even though Master Raymond had shared the name with her. When you place an order at the shop, are you not likely saying who it's for?
Yep.
Would you not say, I need a veil ordered for my wife. We are Lord and Lady Broch Turok. And of course, the lace maker would naturally say, oh, here's your baby.
True.
Another Master Raymond plot hole. Master Raymond also tells the lace maker, Lord Broch Turok is living at the wine merchant's house. Hello? She never thought to go knock on the wine merchant's door? And they never explained why that didn't happen? Also, he hears the Seaside song, maybe one time, and he knows it by heart. He's able to teach it to this lady, and she, in turn, learns it by heart after hearing it one time. Come on!
After hearing it one time in a different language than she's used to.
I've heard that song at least 20 times, and I couldn't sing it to you from beginning to end. And when did he hear it? He wasn't there when she was singing it. Another Master Raymond plot hole. So whose baby was Claire holding in the hospital? Obviously, that wasn't the same baby he handed over. The lace maker received a full-term baby, not a preemie. So whose baby was that? And what a sick thing to do. Claire's a grieving mother. You're going to give her somebody else's baby who was born prematurely and pass it off as hers? To what end? That's okay. We don't need to know. I would have just loved to have been a ghost in the writing room, but with an audible voice, so that I could say, what the fuck are you thinking? But there were multiple people in that room. So you're telling me that everyone was like, yes, this sounds like a great idea. No plot holes here at all. Fans are going to love this. Yeah, they needed a guy. They needed a guy in the room. We all know that this show is where they touch a rock and some characters time travel. Cool. That's baked in. But in every fictional universe, there are rules to that universe. And there are parameters that have to at least make it make sense within the parameters of this story.
Bam! Just like that. A winner!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot appreciate that sentence more. All right, Fergus. Everyone was sleeping, right? So why were Brie and Roger fully dressed, just meandering down the street in the middle of the night? Wouldn't they have run out in their pajamas?
But Jane. This is why, like I said, unless Fergus and Marsali went to bed at like 7.
That's true. Jane. So Jane just never got to mention that they were supposed to be looking for a woman in North Carolina. She was just never going to mention that, though it was their own plot point. Why did she have William taking them north? She had said she wanted to go to New York. Even last season, Jane not once mentioned going to North Carolina when William had them stashed at the army camp. Wouldn't that have been her choice? He specifically asked her, do you have any family? No, she said, we got no one. That was the last season. 6 episodes ago? So they just dreamt this up because they knew they had to do something? For William, are they trying to kill William because the hits just keep coming for that boy? Yep. It appears everyone in his orbit is deliberately or inadvertently deceiving him about something. Why don't they just poison or shoot him in the face and put him out of his misery quickly? Because the slow torture is torturous. First comes the Jamie's your father revelation. Then Jane commits suicide. Then his close as a brother cousin, Ben, fakes his death and betrays his king and country. Then Amaranthus pretends she's a widow and is falling in love with him. And then he finds his not actual father making out with another man in the drawing room. I will also add, his close as a brother cousin decides to throw him in a into a death prison.
Yep.
What the actual fuck?
And mind you, like, William somehow escaped.
We don't know how.
And you don't think that, like, he was kind of a high priority person, that his cousin wouldn't have been like, hey, where'd that prisoner go?
I know. Just like he wouldn't be like,
oh,
go
he's gonna
find
out
him.
Me. Exactly.
Yeah. Like that's a really big deal.
Yes.
Like, All of these things could get their own episode. But somehow things happen off camera.
Too quickly.
Oh.
Keep reading.
This boy is headed for a nervous breakdown, and there isn't enough peyote in the world to fix his seemingly never-ending drama. All right, for Lord John. In a million years, Lord John would never have been making out in the drawing room with Percy. He's in a house filled with people staying with him. Brie and Roger, Amaranthus, William, servants, and Percy, too, wouldn't have been so reckless. It was nuts. Though I kind of disagree about that. Percy was kind of like reckless when he showed up and was, trying to cop a feel during dinner.
Yeah.
To end on a positive note, though, I did appreciate the callback to Roger saving Henri Christian like he saved him from drowning in the river a few seasons ago. They Game of Thrones us in this episode. Pause for stupid outlandish theory. Okay, here we go. Let's, where's my outlandish theory? Are they going to make the lace maker Julia, who is Claire's mother? To be clear, I'm not hoping that this happens, but will it be Julia? Thank you for letting me rant and for everything you do for your listeners. I don't know any other podcasters who are as accessible and appreciative of your audience as the two of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's get to the next voicemail.
Hey, Mary and Blake, this is Megan in Marietta, Georgia.
Hi, Megan.
I have been with you since the very beginning in season 1 when I used to live tweet the episodes.
Wow.
And made it to the podcast a few times that way. But this is my first time calling because I am so fired up.
Wow.
And this is going to have to be 2 parts. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. That's fine. You've
Let's
been with
get
us
into the
since
GBG.
day one.
Good. Master Raymond. Period. That's it. I don't like the storyline. I just really like Master Raymond.
Agreed.
My bad. There's a lot to choose from here. I'm going a little bit obscure with that Fergus montage. It was so poorly put together. It looked like a high schooler did it. It was completely out of order, and it took me totally out of the moment. My great Marsali. Oh, Marsali. I was so bought in to her suffering. Even when she got to the ridge and cowered in grief as she got out of that wagon, oh, chef's kiss. And I really want to mourn Fergus or Margus or Marsali or whatever it is that we're calling them, but I can't because of this cockamamie faith storyline that doesn't make any sense and is completely unbelievable.
Yep. Okay, we're going to go to the next one because now I'm riveted. Let's go.
Hey, it's Megan again with the continuation of how the heck did this storyline make it out of somebody's fever dream and into the writer's room? The writers, I don't know what they're doing here. This is a telenovela meets Book of Job tragedy, and I'm not here for it. They want me to believe that the baby is born and the mother is told that she's dead. Meanwhile, this old bachelor with a dubious history of dabbling in the dark arts immediately kidnaps her, but takes the time to learn a song word for word in not his native tongue.
Yep.
But then he's got to flee town. And so he immediately kicks the baby over to the
Hey, can you push
random
pause
ass
for a second?
lacemaker lady across the street.
Yep, hold on
but
one second.
takes the time.
Go ahead.
And where did he go?
Right. Why is he in such a rush?
Why? What? Where'd you go, buddy?
I'm sure that answer is to come.
Come on, Ray.
Ray, what are we doing?
Like, if I were that lace maker, I'd be like, Ray, I got you for like 4 hours. Where you going?
I have a dinner to go to tonight, Ray.
I got some work to do.
Do
you see what I do? Do you think anyone else can do that? No.
This takes forever.
Yeah. Ray, where you going? I can't tell. Where you going, Ray? Enough of this. Where'd he go?
Now all I can think of is Master Raymond being Ray Romano.
Yeah.
What? What do you want me to tell you?
Yep. Where are you going, Ray?
Wait,
Sorry.
Ray.
Continue, Megan.
Come on, Ray. We got to do better than this, buddy.
To teach her word for word this song that's also not in her native tongue. And she learns it well enough in those 2 minutes to be able to teach it to Faith. And then Faith teaches it to her daughter. No. And furthermore, if they wanted me to believe this storyline, they would have gone back to episode 7 in season 2, where they would have seen what was actually left at the grave. Everyone in Paris had a lace mantilla. Fanny wouldn't be carrying around a piece of lace from that. She'd be carrying around the St. Andrew's Apostle spoon.
Sounds right to me, man. Sure. Why not? Megan is just as frustrated as me. I will say that. Good job, Megan.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Marie-Louise from Denmark.
Hey, Marie-Louise.
Episode 807, Evidence of Things Not Lost. I will start with an outlandish theory.
Okay.
Breathe. In the beginning, Jamie and Claire discuss
whoa. Way too fast. Here we go. Marie-Louise, you've been with us for a while now. I think you know that you got to give it a minute. Okay, here we go.
Frank wrote the book, and if it speaks truth. My theory is that Frank doesn't want any harm done to Jamie and Claire because they're Brianna's family. Yep. And I think that Frank wants to help them with the knowledge of the battle, with the hope of changing history so that Brianna doesn't lose another father.
Yep.
My kid rating is a 4. The Faith storyline really took it down for me. My GBGs. My good Lord John Grey. I loved the scenes with him. He was really challenged on being William's father and handling Amaranthus. David Barry played it so well, tense, charming, and the precise way he uses the language to handle emotions with so much personality. My bad. I have actually 2. I hope it's not too much against the rules.
No,
the Prince of Fire.
No
It
problem.
felt rushed. Again, moments, not scenes. It didn't have the time to breathe so that you could feel the emotions. And the Faith storyline. I can't understand why Master Raymond took the baby. He had healed Claire, so the explanation of a sick mother is not believable to me. My grade. The grieving scene with Brianna and Marsali. The realistic, ugly cry. The raw way of grief, like Marsali was drowning and Brianna held her to save her. Really great. Bye. See you next week.
See, she knew his time was coming. Yeah. She got that timed perfectly. All right, next one.
Hello, Miriam. I'm Britta, and I'm calling from Switzerland.
All right.
I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
All right.
And I'm calling in for Outlander Season 8, Episode 7. I just wanted to say that I really didn't like how they resolved the whole Faith story. I thought the episode Faith in Season 2 was a great episode. Really hard topic, but important and really, really well handled, although extremely emotional, but really well done. And I feel that they just kind of completely destroyed that storyline with the last episode. I really hope that we get a much better ending for the whole series. And I just wanted to thank you for keeping me company over the years. I love your podcast. It's great. And I wish you two all the best. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Britta. I really appreciate that. Mary, I think it's fitting that Toni does write this episode because she did write the Faith episode and it was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's appropriate that she write this one.
Yeah.
But they just put her again. This is not Toni's fault. They just put her in a place that she couldn't succeed. In my eyes, Mary, it's not about execution. It is about execution, but not on the micro level. It's about the structure and the sequencing on the macro level that makes this a very poor episode.
Hi, Mary and Blake. It's Sophia from Portugal.
Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Sophia.
I'm here to give my 2 cents about last episode and contribute to turn this listener feedback repetitive and 3 hours long. So, my GBG and W. My good. All the moments between Marsali, Fergus, and the kids that turned the tragedy even more tragic. That complicity, what a beautiful relationship. And can we talk about chemistry? Roger and Brie, please come and take some notes. My bad. Faith. Nothing more to add besides that. I really felt bad for Katrina and Sam for having to turn the absurd credible. Now, my grade. Lauren Lyle's acting. I found it flawless and heartbreaking. The scene in the room between Brie and Marsali, perfectly devastating. Now, my W, my worst.
Oh, all
that
right.
last scene? Why? Why do you have to see explained again what has no explanation? And the song? Come on. I really hate it. Well, thank you.
That was great.
I really hate it.
Just come. Oh,
So sweet.
she's just come on. I really hate this. All right, we got an email here from. I don't have the person who wrote it. Oh well, sorry. You're gonna know who this is. They say, "Hi, Mary and Blake. Well, damn it. This episode makes The Search seem like a great episode, doesn't it, Blake? I give it a 2.8. Never has Outlander felt more like a daytime soap opera than with this episode. I'd like to see what Toni Graphia's first draft looked like and how we got there. I don't even have a grade for this episode. I have a good, a bad, and a greatly disappointing.
Ooh.
The good. Every scene with Brie and Marsali. They felt genuine, true to the characters, and heartfelt. I teared up as Brie consoled Marsali. That felt real. But I'll tell you what made me feel nothing, and it's my bad. The way that Fergus's death was handled. Not the fact that he died instead of Henri Christian, because I don't care how it happened in the book. I care about what the show does with it. I get the idea, having Fergus sacrifice himself to save his kids, but not only could I see it coming from a mile away, the scene where he shows them how to use the printing press and telling them how they would inherit it in the shop, then the sex scene, yeah, that's all heavy foreshadowing that something bad is going to happen to Fergus. But it was also all awfully rushed. The roof collapses, he falls, we see Marsali's devastated expression, then cut to Jamie waking up with a bad feeling. So cheesy. Sure, it's interesting to see this connection to the kid, but come on, Outlander, linger on what matters. Fergus's death happened so fast, it didn't give the audience time to feel anything. Same with the scene with Brie and co. return to the Ridge, and we get a stupid voiceover instead of taking the time to explore the impact of Fergus's death on these people. I guess we at least got the moment with Jamie in the coffin, but the cheesy flashbacks there didn't do much either to make this whole thing less cheap. And then the greatly disappointing. Surprise, surprise. I had faith at the end of season 7 that Matt Roberts and Toni Graphia had a solid idea. Oh, I think she meant she heard faith at whatevs. I don't know. Toni Graphia had a solid idea for the Faith storyline. I do not think they would jump the shark. Yet, here we are. We're not even jumping the shark here. It's a goddamn whale.
Ooh, yep.
The notes from James interviewing popping up as the deus ex machina of plot resolution. The forced and repetitive metaphor around Lace, the song that Master Raymond somehow knows by heart from hearing Claire singing it once, the random lace maker who didn't make very much of an effort to find Lady Broch Turok. I could go on and on and on about every stupid idea that was weaved into this storyline to make it, in quotes, work. Yet, it doesn't. At best, it's treating the audience like they're all mindlessly gullible. At worst, it's disrespecting the show itself and its characters. The whole thing is ridiculous and even, dare say, preposterous. The undermining of faith episode in season 2 and everything that happened in it is insulting. The whole thing is just embarrassing, and I don't understand how a show who's always been about how you can't change history is now rewriting its own history for the sake of what? What the heck was this all for? If this all turns out to be for some sort of spin-off project around Master Raymond or Faith or whatever, which is at this point, I would not be surprised to hear about from Matt Roberts and STARZ, I will be so annoyed. 3 episodes left. Can this season get any more disconcerting? Wow. I'm sorry I don't have your name here. I think I messed that up. But whoever, you brought the heat on this one. Do you think, Mary, that this is disrespecting its audience?
I don't know. I have to wait and see.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, here we go. Hey, Mary and Blake, it's Patty, longtime listener, first time writing in. I just have to say something about episode 7. It was a doozy. I don't have a guilt rating, just a few comments. Okay. First, I'm okay with Fergus dying. It swapped one unnecessary death for another. I just wish I could have sat with Marsali in her grief. I wanted to be in the moment with her and feel the sadness for a character we have known for so long, but it fell short. The montage with Jamie in past seasons felt a little contrived, so really I just feel bad that I didn't feel that bad. And second, Faith. Just no.
Oh my God,
Just no. Just no.
Sorry, I messed that up.
Just no. Just no. We're not idiots. Just no.
Where are we? I can't believe they didn't use a bomb connection where they could have really expanded on the storyline. So, you're telling me Master Raymond brought Faith back to life and then left her with a random lady because he had to leave the city quickly. Was this before or after he stood with the Comte in front of the king and Claire, who definitely wasn't deathly sick anymore? Mm-hmm. He couldn't have said, oh, by the way, go visit the lace maker. She's got something of yours. And then make his quick exit? The timing just doesn't fit into the history of the show. And where is Fanny's French accent? If Faith was raised by a French woman in Paris, I don't care where the girls were born, they'd have some French vocabulary, accent, and mannerisms. So I don't buy it, and I don't think it's fixable. The way they sat Fanny down to tell her everything was the definition of gaslighting and made me feel really bad for her. A little girl with 2 adults she hardly knows telling her everything she ever thought about her past is wrong. Yuck. Only 3 more episodes, and I find myself excited to hear more excited to hear your commentary on this on the show than the actual show itself. I love listening to you guys and appreciate all the time you've dedicated to this podcast. Mary of Soul. Oh, sorry, I got that. I messed that up.
It's okay.
Yeah, man. You're hearing it. You're hearing it in my voice now. It's just like this. Like it's just like defeat. That's what it feels like a little bit. All right, let's get to the next voicemail here. Where are we? Let's do that, and then here we go. That's it.
Hi, Mary and Blake. My name is Monica, and this is the first time I'm calling in.
All right.
I'll tell you where I'm from at the end if you want to guess. I started Outlander late.
South. Gotta be south. But I don't think too south. I'm thinking Virginia.
Okay.
But I found your podcast and I love it.
Thank you.
I've listened to most of the Outlander podcasts and just started watching and listening to Rings of Power. For season 8, episode 7, my kilt rating is 4.3. My good is Fergus. I hated losing him, but it made sense to me that if they were killing anyone, it was someone we actually care about, and I love how they used the flashbacks going back to season 2.
Mm-hmm.
My bad is, like most everyone, the Faith storyline. It brings down the episode for me. I'm just hoping there's more to it, and they will surprise us, because if this is it, then it's a fail. Another bad is the ultimate buy-in. I mean, I can see him coming back going, Fergus, what? Brianna, pregnant, what? William, what? But, swiftest of who cares? My grade is Toni's writing and the acting. I was crying throughout this episode, and even when I didn't agree with where they were going with it. So kudos for that. That's my take, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh, cool. Very nice. Very nice. Mary, Monica brought up a good point. I'm going to see where it goes. But my question to you, Mary, is there, knowing what we now know, knowing how the thing went down, is there any way they can save this?
Yeah.
And make it work?
Yeah.
How do they make it work?
I don't know. But there's still time.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm a believer in hope.
Oh.
In faith. I have faith.
You're such a good person. You're not cynical and bittered and jaded like me.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Blake. This is Chantel.
Hi, Chantel.
I'm a longtime listener, first-time caller.
Hi, Chantel.
I'm a book reader and a show watcher.
All right.
My Kilt rating for episode 807 is 4.4.
Oh, okay.
My head and my heart were totally at war on this one, especially because I had to wait 4 days to watch it. So I went in already spoiled and cranky. My good is the performances. This became performance over plot for me, and the acting absolutely sold the emotion in most scenes. My bad is everything faith. I'm here for the time travel and the blue light, but this was a bridge too far. I cannot buy a preterm baby surviving a placental abruption, hours without a heartbeat, and then growing up completely fine. And the flashbacks made it worse because the original faith we saw was clearly a tiny, lifeless preterm baby, not the healthy, full-term looking newborn Master Raymond hands off here. My great is actually the Fergus and Marsali storyline. Even though it's a plot twist, that roof scene, that smile, and then he was gone, I cried. And I cried every time they cut back to Marsali. And I am not usually a crier. Okay, Mary and Blake, where am I from?
Oh, I don't know. I got
Ontario,
nothing.
Canada.
All right.
Thank you for what you do. Bye.
Thank you, Chantel. Yeah, unless this baby has the same disease as Kimberly Akimbo, I don't think that the baby swap makes sense. I don't. Sorry. Okay, next one. Here we go. Let's get into the next email here. Hey, Miriam. No, I got that mixed up. Okay. Mary of Soul and Blake, thank you so much for existing and sharing your lives with us. I've been listening to y'all for over 10 years now, and this is my first time writing in. Wow, man. Everybody hated this episode so much they had to write in. Even people that just lurk in the background. By the way, I love all of you who just lurk. Thank you. But like, we've never had this many first-time writers or callers. It's the final season, and I'm reflecting more on my time listening to you two than on the show. In many ways, you two have surpassed the show in my mind. Like, I'm trying to remember season 4, and instead I remember listening to your stories about your family and college partying / not partying, and that time you had a fight so big Mary had to leave to go see a movie. Was it Free Willy? No. She had to go see a dolphin. Dolphin Tale. I'm an Outlander fan, but a show only, no rewatch, and I agree with Blake, stats are for nerds kind of fan. Seriously, when Murtaugh came back, I was like, who's this jabroni? Oh, well, Mary will tell me. You two are the reason I keep watching, despite kind of not liking the show for a while. Well, just the parts that they got old, moved to America, passed the show off to Who's Brie, Who's It Brie, and What's It Roger, and bopped between the dumbest episodes ever, like The Haunted House of Surgery, and absolutely stunning television like the 60s escapism Mind Palace, and The Ballad of Roger Mack. But you sailed me through everything and found the joy in it all. All this to say, I'm grateful to have Outlander Cast in my life and to be watching season 8 with you. I absolutely loved this last episode. They kept the boring stuff, William and Amaranthus. Oh, she wrote Amarantha to the beginning.
Thanks.
And let the fallout from Fergus's death breathe. Can we just give Lauren the Emmy now? She has always been like a jumpstart to a flagging episode, but this was another level. I haven't cried that much to a TV show since the Sybil died on Downton Abbey. # spoiler alert. Overall, I thought the episode had good pacing and build-up, hopefully setting the Faith stuff up for good and showcasing some amazing emotional range that Outlander is famous for. Well, thank you, Kelsey. That is very nice. Why don't you read the next one, my darling? We can get, I think it's the next one is from, let's see here. It's from Casey. Yes.
Okay.
That's what we got. Well, you breaking stuff on me now?
All right. P.S. Roger, wait, why is it a P.S. and a P.P.S.?
Oh, sorry, I messed that up. P.S. Is Roger catching Henri Christian a direct relation to his dad catching him in the bunker? I read on Insta comments that Henri was supposed to die. Maybe Roger saved his dad, so Roger could survive and have that memory so that he could know to run and catch Henri. But maybe whatever happened, happened. Maybe I'm too lost in the plot. All right, good job there.
You have to go back, Kate.
P.P.S. I started this show as a lonely, directionless college kid.
Aww.
Now, I'm happily married to my own king of men and mother to a little baby Jamie. No, literally, his name is James.
Yay.
Well,
I
Kelsey,
love that.
that just warms my heart.
So happy for you.
That is awesome.
Casey wrote in saying, whoa, the next listener feedback episode is going to be a doozy. I agree with most of what other fans are saying, and I'm so sad to see Fergus go. Sophie and Lauren's acting in the grief scene with Brie consoling Marsali was excellent. My tears were streaming. They hit us over the head a bit hard with the lace metaphor, but it was cool seeing the contraption used to make lace during the title card. I'm sure we've already talked about Jamie's hair. Why is it yellow and not red or gray? I find it distracting. I've read the books, but I haven't had time for a reread or a rewatch. Did Percy say our parents' wedding to Lord John Grey? Looking to the nerds to clear that one up. So Casey, generally when redheads go gray, it becomes more whitish and more yellowish. Like they don't gray like how brunettes gray and stuff like that. Just like how blondes often just become like still blonde or like white or blonde. You know what I mean? So that is kind of normal. And then, Percy said our parents' wedding. Yes, you heard that right. Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Mary and Blake. This is Lisa, and I will tell you later on where I'm from.
I'm just going to say it right now. You are from Sweden. That's where I'm going.
Okay.
I am a long time listener. I've been with you ever since you only had 2 episodes released.
Wow.
But get ready, Blake, because I am a first-time caller.
All right.
I found your podcast because all of my friends and family got so tired of me wanting to discuss every single detail in every single episode. So then I found you, and I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for making my Outlander experience even better.
Oh.
It would not have been the same without you guys. So
Well,
thank you.
That is very kind.
And regarding episode 7, I don't even know where to start, but I should probably tell you that I am a book reader, but I am so disappointed with almost all of the decisions that were made in this episode. I mean, when I watched it, all I could hear was Blake saying, "What are we doing here?"
She said it right. Good
Why
job.
in the world would they kill off Fergus? I mean, I'm happy they didn't do what happened in the book, and I'm sure Mary will talk about that, but why would they kill off Fergus? And Master Raymond memorized the song Claire was singing to Faith and sung it to the lace maker, who also memorized it and sang it to her girls. Really? Get out of here. I wanted to say, though, that I really enjoyed the fun-loving, rumpy-pumpy laughing between Fergus and Marsali. That was so cute and loving. That's real different to last week's episode with the rumpy pumpy between Roger and Brie. So
I know.
It was nice to have a good rumpy pumpy once.
Yes.
And Blake, now you will have to pause because I have an Outlander's theory.
Okay. All right. Thank you for letting me know. See?
Yeah.
Lisa knows how to do it right. Here we go.
I think that in the end we are going to have a scene with Frank, and in that scene we're going to learn why he wrote the book and mention Jamie and everything about that. So I really hope that we get to see Frank again. And now I will tell you where I'm from. So any final guesses?
Okay, Mary, final guess.
No, I'm bad right now.
Yeah, you are bad right
I know.
now. You're going to give me a region at least.
I mean, Europe.
I didn't say continent.
That's where I'm at.
Okay.
You're from Europe.
Oh, man.
I am from Sweden.
Yes!
Yay!
Nailed it.
And I know this ain't Nom and we have rules, but Mary, I have a fun little thing to say about Tailspin in Sweden.
Ooh.
So I'll send in another voicemail if you want to hear that, because I don't have time now. And if you don't, then I will just talk to you another time, hopefully. Take care and thank you so much, guys. Bye.
We will, listen. We do have rules, okay? This isn't Nom. But we will make an exception for Tailspin. Here we go.
Hi again, this is Lisa from Sweden. I wanted to tell you, Mary, regarding the show Tailspin, that I also watched it as a kid, and I had no idea that it was called Tailspin as the original in the original language, and I had never heard the theme song in English.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't stop laughing because everything made so much more sense in English. In Sweden, the show is called Luftens hjältar, which means heroes of the air.
Oh, wow.
And, well, that makes sense. But in the theme song, they sing this theme song like this. Oh, flygplan, oh, flygplan. Luftens hjältar hela dagen i våra flygplan. And that basically translates to OEO airplanes, OEO airplanes. Heroes of the air all day long in our airplanes. And all I can think about when I heard you talking about this show and playing the theme song in English, and I just heard the theme song in Swedish, and I was just it just hit me how ridiculous the translation is, and all I could think about was when you were singing, "There's a lion, oh, there's a lion." It's basically as basic as that. It's like, it's airplanes.
I love it.
It's airplanes. It's airplanes. So I just thought that was a little fun, curious for you, since you like the show so much. So yeah, Heroes of the Air, and the song goes, "Oh, airplanes, oh, airplanes." So yeah,
I love it.
Sorry for singing for you, but I just thought you wanted to hear that. So take care, guys.
Well,
thank you for all the laughs. Bye.
Well worth it. That was perfect. Thank you.
That was awesome.
That was great. All right, let's get to the next voicemail. By the way, we have so many more emails, Mary. Like, so many more. We just can't get to them. Can't do it. It's because it's crazy. So we'll just finish out the voicemails, and then that'll be that.
Hi, Miriam Blake. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
All right.
I'll let you know where I'm from at the end of this message. Let me see if you guys can guess. My good was the slowiness of this episode. It actually allowed it to breathe. I like the slow pace of it. That they didn't jump from thing to thing to thing to thing. So I thought that was really good. I really like that.
I'm going New Mexico. That's where I'm going.
My bad, I actually have two bads, so that's possible. My first bad was the Faith thing. I just can't get on board with it. I hate it. And now that she's confirmed that she's really...
I don't think she's from the United States.
See, I thought that there was enough of a regional, like there's a regional feeling to it, but it felt like...
She's a very dental D, even like for her T's. Keep playing.
Okay.
I don't...
Who she is means that William had sex with his niece for real, and I don't know, I can't get on board with that. And my other bad is obviously Fergus. That was changing the books. I'm very sad about it. So, in my grade was Marsali. Marsali was awesome. Her acting made me feel all the feels, and she was great. From Ding.
All right, hold on. Wait, what do you got, Mary?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm almost feeling like...
It could. Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow.
Could. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe from the Dominican, but came here.
I'll say California.
Been here for a while.
I'll say California.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see.
I am from Guadalajara, Mexico. I grew up there. I was born there, but I've been in the States living in San Diego, California for the past 20 years.
Awesome.
Thank you.
See, I was partially right. Came from another country. Been living here for a while.
From a different country.
No. I said could be from the Dominican Republic. Came here,
which is not.
But then I also said New Mexico.
Yeah.
So I got like half right.
I mean, no.
I mean, no, not at all, Blake. No.
I got the state she's even in now.
Yeah, that's true. All right. That is it for the day, Mary. Like I said, we can't get through all those emails and comments and everything and keep this episode.
We've already been interrupted by our kid twice.
I know, and this episode now is at an hour 40, so we should probably move on.
But just know that your feelings are valid and just, and that if you feel strongly about this episode, so do many others. And if you loved this episode, awesome. And if you hated this episode, that's okay.
Yes.
Lots of people did.
Here's a recommendation that I actually have. The email that you wrote, if it has not been mentioned, or if there was a comment that you want mentioned or whatever, please, I want you to go to the Mary and Blake Facebook group and put it in there. And then that way, everybody can still see your comment. We can all still have a conversation on it. And then at the top, just say, hey, put in my email for listener feedback 807 here, like was requested or whatever. That way we know that you wanted it to be heard. And because I want it to be heard. I want your voice to matter just as much as everybody else's. So go to the Mary and Blake Facebook group and, put an emoji. Give me a Scottish flag emoji and then say, put my feedback here. That way we all know. All right, Marvin, anything else before we move on to 808?
That's it.
All right, let's do it. Let's close out the show, shall we?
We want to thank you all so very much for not only submitting your feedback, but for listening to this show. Some of you have been with us a long time, as you were able to hear from some listeners here, and a lot of you have just joined us recently. So welcome to the clan, my friends. Now, that being said, honestly, head to our Facebook group. You can also join us at jointhenerdclan.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the different places. But thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang on out. We appreciate you.
Yes, absolutely. And keep all the stuff coming. Keep listening. Just as a reminder, Mary and I, we're not going away after Outlander. We still have more podcasts. We're still going to do more shows. We got all the things coming.
We have other things we have to catch back up on.
I know. We have to finish up Blood of My
Blood, Bridgerton, Harry Potter.
Bridgerton.
We're still going, guys.
House of the Dragon in June.
Oh my God.
Rings of Power shortly thereafter.
At some point I have to have massive surgery, guys. So I'm just...
That's
God.
the perfect time to do podcasts. Because now you're just laid up. You got nothing better to do.
I don't know about that. I'm going to have to make my way down the stairs.
We're gonna No. We have a mobile podcasting unit. Remember
Blake,
that.
Blake cannot wait for me to not be able to work
I know.
and just be stuck immobile.
We're going to podcast so much.
Oh my God.
I can't. And we're going to do it like right when the drugs kick in. the pain drugs.
Oh,
so
God.
we get some really wacky Mary stuff.
Thanks, Blake. All right, guys. My name's Mary.
My name is Blake.
You've been listening to Outlander Cast.
Yes.
Slangeva.